This was not a good night for the president. Everything he touched was a loser. Trump hasn't been this embarrassed since he found out there was a Donald Trump Jr.
They actually changed my January 6th speech, which was a beautiful speech, which was a very calming speech, and they made it sound radical, and they actually changed it.
Imagine the exact second when comedy stops being entertainment and turns into a moment that rewrites the story. Jimmy Kimmel just crossed that line. He went head-to-head with Donald Trump, challenged him to an IQ showdown, and within 36 seconds, held up the one letter that blew the genius act to pieces. There's only one thing worse than getting exposed publicly: having the evidence waved in your face while millions are watching. In the cutthroat world of political comedy, few feuds have been as raw, as bitter, or as deeply personal as the one between Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump. Trump has spent years calling Kimmel low-rated and untalented, while Kimmel turned every Trump speech, rally, and rant into primetime ammunition. But what happens when the punchlines stop and the documentation comes out? The title of this showdown says it all. Jimmy Kimmel challenged Trump to an IQ test. Seconds later, he opened a letter that crushed him. Jimmy Kimmel's terrible. Trump once sneered. His talent suspended and his ratings even worse. ABC lost millions on him. Trump said it with the same confidence he uses to label critics as losers. But this time, Kimmel didn't respond with jokes alone. In a stunning blend of comedy and investigation, he didn't just mock Trump's stable genius routine. He produced a single sheet of paper that flipped the entire narrative. And right there, in front of a live audience, the man who never stops talking suddenly had nothing to say. The monologue on Jimmy Kimmel Live started as usual. Some jokes about the week, a dig at Congress, a laugh at the latest headlines. But everything changed the moment Kimmel shifted the giant screen behind him to Trump's newest rally. In the clip, Trump bragged, again, about his unbeatable intelligence. "I have a very high IQ," Trump declared, the crowd roaring. "Much higher than the people on television. I challenge them to a test. They're scared. I aced the cognitive test. Aced it. I'm a very intelligent person. I'm like a smart person." The audience laughed. But this time Kimmel didn't. He paused the screen, stepped closer to the camera, and the humor disappeared from his face. "You know," he began, pacing slowly, "he's been repeating this for 40 years. Challenging everyone to IQ tests. Rex Tillerson, Jasmine Crockett, half the media. But there's one person he's never challenged himself." Kimmel stopped and stared directly into the lens. "Mr. Trump, you love talking about grades, but we all remember what your attorney Michael Cohen swore under oath. His job was to threaten your high schools and colleges if they ever released your records. You hid them for decades." The studio fell into a heavy silence. "So, I have an idea," Kimmel continued, voice calm and sharp. "I challenge you, right now. Come on the show. We'll hire a professional examiner. We take the test together. I'll even give you a 10-point head start," the crowd erupted. But Kimmel raised his hand. "Oh, how sweet. He thinks I'm one of his kids." He smirked. "Is he flirting with me? I don't know. When I die, please make that the clip they play at the Emmy in memoriam." Then Kimmel's tone shifted again. "But just in case you're too busy to stop by, my team did a little investigating." He walked to his desk and lifted a thick, yellowed envelope. The seal looked ancient. The ink almost faded. "We received this," Kimmel said, "from someone who will stay anonymous. Let's just say they were extremely close to the Wharton admissions office in 1968. He held the envelope to the light. "This," he announced, "is the original transfer letter your father arranged to have sent to the Wharton School of Finance." He slid a letter opener beneath the flap. The tearing paper echoed through the silent studio. "You've told everyone you were a brilliant student," Kimmel said as he pulled out a single typed page. "You claimed you were top of your class. But it wasn't a transcript, it was an internal memo." Kimmel scanned it, eyebrows lifting. Then he flipped the paper to the camera, zooming in on a highlighted line. "This note," Kimmel read, "is from the admissions officer himself, candidate Donald J. Trump. Academic record below average. Aptitude score 38th percentile." A wave of gasps rolled through the audience. 38, Kimmel repeated. "That's not genius. Donald, that's bottom tier." He read the next line. Admit only per arrangement with Fred C. Trump regarding endowment contribution.